false and true religion. Abandon the pretense of saintliness and asceticism, and the people will pursue virtue. Abandon ostentatious benevolence and conspicuous righteousness, then the people will return to the core virtues of love and respect. Abandon cleverness and greed, then thieves and robbers will disappear. Here are the four fundamentals of true spirituality. Recognize simplicity, cherish purity, reduce your possessions, diminish your desires. This is chapter 19 of the Tao Te Ching, and this chapter seems to balance right on the fence between two of the areas that this text focuses on broadly. One is the leadership manual aspect of what should a good leader be doing, and the other one is almost this self-improvement guide. If you want to live a good life, how do you go about defining what that actually means? Now, in the beginning, this is clearly talking about something that leadership can do. Abandon the pretense of saintliness and asceticism, and the people will pursue virtue. So this is someone in a leadership position who's doing this, and hey, here's the result downstream. Now, I think this is interesting to contextualize a little bit differently when we think about each person being the leader of their own life. Being in control of your own life allows you to have influence on the people around you. And we all do, whether it's intentional or not, whether or not we're seeking to change people's lives, whether it's the person we interact with at the grocery store, or, walking down the sidewalk, or if it's someone near and dear to our hearts, we have an impact. There's something to be said for dropping the pretense. Stop being ostentatious. Don't pretend to be righteous. Simply be yourself. Be kind. And the result of giving up these falsities, these masks, false roles that might be put on in one's life, the result is a greater virtue by those around you. It is love and respect coming out in greater quantities. Abandon cleverness and greed, and thieves and robbers will disappear. That one's a little bit tougher, I think, unless you are regularly associating with thieves and robbers. That being said, trying to be clever, trying to be greedy, that might put you in the company of those who might rob you, steal from you. Four fundamentals of true spirituality. I don't think this matters necessarily whether this isn't spirituality can carry a lot of connotation depending on the religious tradition that you're talking about, or in some ways can also be dictatorial, saying you have to be this way, or there's some cosmic whether it's karma or hell or something else that might come and bite you. You might have some negative impacts as a result of your behavior. Taoism is not forceful. Recognize simplicity. Cherish purity. Reduce your possessions. Diminish your desires. These are ways to find joy and find happiness no matter where you are. A lot of the chapters in this book have talked about the various difficulties that come with wealth, that come with poverty, and pose to us the question of, regardless of where you're at in your life, what do you want to do with it? We have the choice whether or not to be angry, upset, or to find grace, to find peace, to find satisfaction where we are.